everyone to another exciting episode of the Super Carlin Gaming Mario Kart 8 Roulette Challenge, where Ben and I are trying to 3-star every course with randomly chosen carts and characters. We did not do good last time.
No, we sure did
Great.
not. No,
I think it's pretty obvious why.
I think dual Wario's was not the way to do it.
That was not a solid approach.
Nope.
You know, someone, yeah, okay. Let's just change this as fast as
I know,
possible.
yeah.
All right, great. 15.
15, that's a bit okay. All right. It's a little better. Can I get a sub roll?
20.
Oh my god. So 18, 19, 20. Okay.
That was quick math.
24.
24. Let's see here. So 7, 14, 21, 22, 23, 24.
She looks so small on her big.
Oh my god, it looks hilarious.
Big
it looks
rig.
hilarious.
18.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
It's not bad.
11.
Oh, I'm going for the
man.
orange approach.
26. Yeah.
It's gonna be right here. So,
Dude, that's a good rig.
so this looks pretty solid. This could do it.
17.
This could be okay.
17.
You gotta get different tires.
20.
Oh,
You get
You
standard.
get standard so much. It's
So
crazy.
much.
13.
oh.
That's right there. Man, we both got 13s
Yeah.
on the shoots.
Let's see here. Good acceleration.
You know, it's not bad. We both have pretty solid rigs.
Yeah,
It's just,
this could go.
this could go. We're going to the Triforce Cup. There is a Rainbow Road. It's that like second turn with the ramps that can sometimes skip you off the level. You gotta be careful
Okay.
going through there. Otherwise, the Ice Outpost is a little tricky because the course is so who knows
see.
what's it.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I feel like we can do it. I feel like we can
Yeah?
do it.
Is
I'm
today
focused.
the day?
I'm focused.
Okay.
We're gonna be down to a single 3-star after this.
All right. I'm gonna be like focused today.
Ready? Yeah, you're leaning forward.
I'm
You don't
leaning
normally
forward.
lean
I don't
forward.
normally lean forward. I'm exhausted already. How do you do this?
I'm
Everything
crisscross
hurts.
applesauce
My
every
back. Crisscross applesauce.
Yeah.
Okay. Derek, do we have any
We
questions?
do. We have a question from This Is Me.
Hey.
Hey, guys.
From Derek?
So, no. so,
That's
So, Derek.
So Derek.
I have a question. I have recently started dating this girl who I have a lot in common with. We're
Yay.
both 19 and at university, and we met online. There is just one problem. I am not physically attracted to her. She looked very different in her pictures than in real life. I was just wondering what you guys think I should do, as I worry that if I stay with her, I'll be thinking about other people. Should I split up with her and just stay friends, or continue the relationship and hope that the attraction comes later? It's not that she's not attractive. There's probably a million guys who will find her beautiful. I'm just not feeling anything.
You know, it's sort of a weird thing. Like, you don't want physical beauty to be important, and my advice overall is going to be that it should not be. But like, I mean, like you wouldn't have started dating her if you didn't like her, right? Like, I feel like you should have.
Right. It's like
Like you obviously must have already gone through this. So like, you shouldn't have decided to go out with her if you didn't like her. So I think you obviously. It sounds like you do like her. I would recommend. I would say wait it out, see if the attraction comes. That can happen for sure. That's like a real thing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, I know this is not really super relevant to like adult dating or anything like that, but like the very first girl I ever dated was like the girl next door.
Sure.
And when we moved in, I was like, oh man, like, not oh man, but like, of all the people to be next door, and then I totally ended up having a massive crush on her by the end of the year, and
Because you got to know her better.
because I got to know her better, and so it was someone who I was not physically attracted to as an 11-year-old, but then became attracted to her in the end.
Well, oh man, I thought I had another lap. Jeez.
Yeah, that was quick.
Oh no!
Flying on the old street
I'm
over
not
here.
doing so good. I'm not doing so good.
Uh-oh. Comes the bill.
But you know what? You're doing better than Wario. Well,
You can snipe this guy.
okay, you got it.
That Ludwig.
Oh! Right at the end there!
Take that.
Woo!
Larry.
Yeah, so no, I think that's not bad advice. I mean, I wouldn't let it go longer than like maybe 6 months. I think
Sure.
there would probably need to be a point where like if it's becoming a problem like that far into it, then maybe you would need to start addressing it.
Right, because it seemed to me like physical attraction is great at like getting you to the point where you're talking to them.
Right.
A lot of times.
It helps
and-
you pick the person.
Right, like a lot of times people can get physically attractive and then you talk to them and you're like, but no. Whereas, but sometimes it's like, oh, great. And then other times it's like you're just getting to know someone, and over time they somehow became more physically attractive? What happened?
That's sort of the glory of it, yeah. It's
Yeah.
like you can meet someone who is very cute, and then the more you get to know them, you're like, you are no longer cute to me. But the opposite is also so ridiculously true.
Yep.
Where it's like, yeah, you can go from not much attraction to attraction after getting to know them. So I like it. Good advice all around.
Oh no! You bumped me! Oh my
Here's
god.
one from Alex Pistachio.
Pistachio.
Hey, Ben, J, and DK. I am 18 and I work as a pharmacy tech. And I have started to like one of the pharmacist interns that I work alongside.
That pharmacy game,
That happens to be 24. A couple of my coworkers say that we are super flirty, and I don't know what to do about it. Should I ask him out or not? Also, is the age difference okay?
How
Thanks.
old is she?
18.
18? Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad.
That is not bad at all. And especially, yeah, I don't
would say-
even know what the problem is here.
Yeah, nothing. This seems like someone.
Seems like yeah, sorry.
The exact
I'll let you
question
talk.
is, should I ask him out or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, great.
Okay, next.
Hope we helped you, Alex. Samantha P. Hey, Ben, J, and DK. What, is it always that order? I just noticed that.
Huh. Maybe it's just.
Maybe it
rolls
just
off the
sounds
tongue.
the best.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. There's just no way. Like,
I have a question. I've recently moved back home from uni to sort out some anxiety issues. The way I used to calm down at night was to go out driving, but my parents hate me going out at night. Do you guys have any advice on how to calm down / expel nervous energy when it's late at night and you have to stay home?
Oh, interesting.
I know.
Interesting.
I thought this was super interesting.
Yeah, because that's like, I would say growing up, that was totally one of the things that I would do too, was go driving
absolutely.
around.
Yeah.
And I actually feel like, Jay, maybe you were always like, why do you just go drive? Like, you're literally getting in the car to go drive?
Well, it was not clear to me that you were doing this to like relieve nervous energy or as a stress reliever or anything.
That's fair. Like,
It seemed to me like you were doing it like to be some like, as if like this is something that you did that like made you cool or something. I don't know. It seemed like your attitude was.
Sure.
like,
I think it's something, yeah, that like I it was not something that was very clear to me. I couldn't have articulated that's why I was doing it.
Sure.
But like there was like a compulsion about it where
Right.
And that's a weird thing, like where you don't know necessarily why you do something. Like you don't reflect on
Yeah.
that particular decision all of that much to determine, to dilute out like why you're needing to go do this particular thing.
Sure.
So for this person though, it would be interesting, like if there's a way to sort of emulate the sensation of just of almost like a mindless task where it's like you can sort of check out because you're doing something, but it doesn't require a whole lot of like conscious thought.
Yeah.
Knitting comes to mind.
I mean, there's lots
yeah.
of things that work for this. This is like, I mean, this could be even
Whittling.
like.
Whittling.
I'm trying to think of like
I think even video games probably
Video
are a
games
good
could be a
way.
good one,
yeah.
It's like I know a lot of people like wash dishes and stuff, like you know, clean their like chores.
I clean,
mowing the
yeah.
lawn.
any kind of art like drawing or painting.
Yeah. Ish.
And I think that drawing or painting, like having that nervous energy, like that sort of energy behind what you're doing, can actually lead to some very interesting results.
Yeah, I think
in your pieces.
Yeah.
coloring is a thing people do these
Sure,
days.
yeah.
There's
Yeah, like those-
weird detailed coloring books.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Like
Right.
adult-
But like,
coloring
like
books.
with intense detail. And,
Yeah.
That's a good one.
No, I think that's probably. It sounds like maybe what you're looking for though is just an activity that doesn't require conscious thought, like where you don't have to focus on it. It's just purely something that you're sort of doing as like almost background noise, secondary to anything else.
Yes.
Bonus points, you get to save money on gas.
Oh
That's
man,
true. That's true.
gas is expensive,
But you might have
especially
to
if
buy
you're just
some
going
coloring
out
books.
and not driving anywhere.
Oh, that's true. Coloring books, knitting needles. Man, this chunky yarn thing. Have you guys seen these like
Oh,
chunky
yeah.
yarn blankets?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Gosh, if you want to make a chunky yarn blanket and send it to me, I
Oh
would
my
be
gosh.
I would be really excited
Ben,
because
do you know how many of these we're gonna get now?
I don't think so. I saw them around Christmas and I was like, I'm gonna order one of these for Alice. They're oddly expensive.
Oh.
Like, yeah, I think even the kits.
Ooh, look at you.
Dang, that wasn't the
For a second, what?
What?
There we go.
Moving on up.
Moving on up to the old
Moving on
sixth
up.
place.
But yeah, so chunky knitting. I'm gonna say that's my official hard answer.
There
You
you
started
go.
with knitting, and I just took it and ran with it.
Yeah. We circled back.
We circled back.
Like you do with knitting. I don't know. That might not
Make
be
some
true.
chunky blankets and send them to Ben.
Yeah. That'll get you right
All
through
right.
it.
Tim Westfall, he's got a question.
What up, Tim?
He says, hi, Jay, Ben, and DK. He mixed it up a little bit. I need help. I am 16 and I never want to get married. Insert scoffing noises here.
What?
It's in the question. And the majority of my friends are girls. How do I do things with them without it being considered weird by them or others? Also, I'm homeschooled, so I only see them 2 or 3 times a week at archery. Please help.
What do you mean by do things with them?
I don't know.
Like, I don't see how the two things, how not wanting to get married are connected to all my friends are girls. And that makes it weird to do things with them, unless what you're saying is how do I do, like, datey stuff with them without wanting to marry them.
Which I would say
you're 16, so I wouldn't worry too much about that just yet.
This is one of those things though, like where I feel like it's hard to remember that it is their reality. It's
Yeah.
like for us, it's like 16. It's like chances are a lot's gonna change by the time like 10 years passes. Like
Right.
Like maybe you won't. Maybe this is a hardened thing into your personality, and you're like, I don't want to be tied down. Or I don't picture myself having like the whole wife kids type of thing. Which to that end, like
That can change.
I totally. Well, I think that can change, but I also feel like there is a new perfect picture of life that's being painted right now, where it doesn't necessarily include like kids as an absolute portion of having a family, if that makes sense.
I suppose so.
That's true. I mean, and people are also just having families later and later in life as well.
Also true.
That's
also
very true. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting when someone says, like, they just don't want to get married. Like, that's fine. It just seems like, does that mean you just don't want to, like, date anyone forever, though? Because, like, what would be the point?
I would also be curious, like, if you were to go introspective on this, is there any part of you that has anxiety about dating?
Ooh,
Like,
that's interesting.
like that maybe what it is that, like, you're worried about whether or not it could go well, and so it's easier to just not approach it altogether.
And there's also maybe something to the tune of they could be a gray ace or asexual or what have you. Where that's just not something that
It's just
even
not
appeals to
registered.
them.
Yeah,
And
very
if
true.
that's the case, then like at the end of the day, any type of relationship, like don't even worry about the outside perception of others. It's like if you are best friends with girls, like then that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just make sure that they know that it's just a friends thing and that, as long
Right.
as it's
You-
properly communicated.
You may find that you have to be clear with them as time goes on, potentially, just as one of those things where when you grow close to people, oftentimes, if you've ever listened to this channel at all, people fall in love with their best friends constantly. So
Yeah.
we'll get a question one day that's like, I'm in love with my best friend, but he never wants to date anybody or get married.
I would
And
also say...
We'll be like, we know him! It's Tim Westfall!
I would also say, like, try and remain open-minded in a sense. Like, I think sometimes people will form opinions when they're younger and they're, like, afraid to ever change their mind ever because someone will be like, oh my god, you changed your mind. Like,
Right.
Like, that's okay.
Nobody's gonna hold that against you.
No one's gonna hold that
Yeah.
against you. Be like, wow, you said when you were 16 you never wanted to get married, and wow, look at you now. Like, that's...
You're a liar.
you know what? It's okay to be a liar. So, like, don't feel pressured by past you to stick to this
Right.
at some point in the future if this changes for you. Just because, even if you've been super outspoken about this, that's okay. Just because you're outspoken about something once doesn't mean you can't change.
Yeah.
I'm not
Admittedly, I think
suggesting that you change your mind. I'm just letting you know that it's okay.
Can I turn my back on the cross country team for 1 second?
Oh my god.
Go on.
I know, I'm about to do it. I'm sorry. But when I was in high school, I think I dealt with a little bit of this, where I was so locked into like this persona that I had created. Like, I started running cross country as like a high school sport as an 8th grader. And I think for me that was like, oh, this is like part of my identity. I am a cross country runner. Like it would be unacceptable to not do it. Like I had just so committed to this idea of something I wanted to do. But I always wanted to play football.
Right.
But it was the same season.
Right.
And it was one of these things where I think as a kid, I let it override my willingness to try something new. Because I was like, nope, this is part of my identity. This is part of who I am. This is what I do.
Man, interesting.
Yeah. And so I think it was like if we had been available at the time, I probably would have commented on a Super Carlin Gaming episode and been like, guys, I've run cross country for the past 3 years. I feel like I'd be good at football.
Also,
I
I'm in
give
love
it
with
a
my best friend.
Also I'm in love with my best friend.
Just want to throw that in there.
Should I give it a shot?
We'd be like, of course you should.
Would you say that? Would you say that's what you would have said?
I mean, I'd say like 3 years. Geez, as a senior, you're probably not going to make much progress on the football team.
Well, I would have been a junior.
You would have been a junior. If you phrased the question like that, I'd assume you were a senior.
That's true.
I
did preface earlier by saying I started as an 8th grader.
Right. Sure, you did. I suppose so. Even so, I'd be like, well, as a junior, I mean, you probably won't see much starting time, at least until your senior year, so you got to be prepared for that, and you're already good at the cross-country team and you know, if you're still asking future us, we'd be like, well, you want to quit the cross-country team? What, are you crazy?
It's so true. It's so true.
That being said, but ultimately, like, yeah. That being said, like, I played soccer from 8th grade through my junior year, and then my senior year, when I would have been right there, you know, the top dogs, whatever, I was like, I really just couldn't stand the people on the team anymore.
That's
and it's
super
like,
true. That's super true.
Sorry, can't do it, guys. I'm doing track. That's where all my friends are.
And
so.
I think that would also be an inclusion or a note on mine is that there was also a portion of me that did not want to be a part of like the culture of the football team.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to play football.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I didn't want to
that
go
particular team.
and have to and part of the like the bros. You
Right.
know?
This is the reverse. That's the reverse thing across country. It's like no one wants to run, but you want to be part of the culture.
Right. That's exactly right.
True.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
True. Okay. Well, I think that we can wrap it up
I
there.
think so. we didn't 3-star, but
That's okay.
what have you?
Quality 8th place.